Wait, what? Yep, that was my first reaction when I booted up BeamNG update 0.36. But this video isn't about the big changes added to the game. We are going to look at 10 small details that you probably didn't notice in the official announcements or during your first few hours and days of playing the new update. Since I'm part of the content creator program, I've had time to really dig into all aspects before making this video. That also means some things shown might not exactly represent the public release's quality though. Anyway, here come 10 subtle details in BeamNG update 0.36. Even though the new bus configurations of the Gavril MD series are surprisingly hard to flip over, the engineers have added emergency exits so passengers can escape easily in case of a rollover. BeamNG's physics make sure it's highly realistic too. The windows won't stay open if the bus is properly on all four wheels. But the attention to detail goes far beyond that. For instance, the lighting information panel tracks every single light. If they're damaged, they won't show up on the panel anymore. If you want to learn how to use all the functions properly, you're probably better off reading a real-life school bus manual. No, I'm serious, the attention to detail surpasses any other vehicle in the game and many features are identical to real life. While BeamNG doesn't have any model passengers yet, you can simulate their weight by increasing the values in the tuning menu. If you look closely, you'll also spot a hilarious Easter egg message near the front door. And contrary to the instructions, I'll let you read some of these ironic rules. Besides the bus configurations, the MD series also got an armored truck. It comes in 3 different configurations, but I'll focus on a bank transporter. By default, its back is empty, but in the vehicle configurator, you can choose from various options for very expensive cargo. When using the Quick Start Experience mode, which by the way was the main reason I got so excited at the beginning of the video, you'll be shown a cheat sheet with all relevant controls for your Xbox controller or keyboard. Xbox gamepad users may be happy to hear that controller vibrations have been added officially, so there's no need for Steam or third-party software anymore. To give a proper review, I recorded most of this video using a gamepad rather than a steering wheel. And honestly, with some modified settings, I can share my setup in the comments if you want, it feels amazing. The haptic feedback is on par with AAA games built around controller support, if not even a tiny bit better. I can feel when the car starts to lose control, what surface I'm on, and crashing feels satisfying too. Speaking of crashing, a quick peek at all available UI presets shows a new crash test option. From what I saw, it's not actually functional yet, but the experimental division introduced in career mode, under the label in development, might give us a preview of what these missions could look like. On the topic of career mode, the car selling system has been overhauled and now resembles Forza Horizon's auction house. When you list a car for sale, you'll get multiple offers and over time, you can choose the price you agree with. Unlike before, when dealership cars would just refresh once in a while, now it's actually possible for vehicles to get sold, so act fast if you find a good deal. Another funny detail I found is that the Miramite pickup configuration of the refreshed Ibishu Miramar has a Texas license plate no matter what map you're on. Normally, the game applies plates that match the map's location, but like with this massive truck, the developers deemed this tiny little pickup stereotypical enough to install a Texas plate by default. While update 0.36 doesn't feature any major graphical improvements, I found myself impressed by the graphics anyway. Why, you might ask? Well, most car paints have been adjusted to work better with BeamNG's lighting. Older cars that hadn't been updated in a while didn't look as shiny and reflective as newer ones, making them stand out a bit. The improvements are easy to see when comparing the vehicles selected to version 0.35. For content creators or in-game photography fans, photo mode has new options. Instead of tweaking blur values manually, you can now activate smart autofocus. Some extra features have been added too, definitely handy if you use photo mode as often as I do. When I said this update didn't feature any graphical improvements, that wasn't actually entirely true. Most of the materials on the West Coast USA map are now fully PBR. If you find any other small details that were not mentioned in the video, please let me know in the comments. But for now, that's it with this video. See ya next time.